So, once you're in, can you close your laptops? This is of particular importance to me because I've seen the devastation it can cause outside of here. This is not something that's done at other colleges. It's something that's beautiful about West Point that we do this. I presented a research project once. Someone was watching it. They filed a patent on what I was doing. Not only did they file a patent and get awarded that patent, they tried to take me down because you don't want me to speak anymore and say that it's mine. So they try to discredit me. So there's bad stuff that can happen when people are not honorable. And we wish the world was honorable, but it's not always. But we should learn to be honorable and we should demand what right is. So at the end of the day, I can come back and say, this was dishonorable. You know, if people say, well, he legally didn't break any laws, it was public domain and he can take that. But it wasn't cool. It's not cool. And so that's one of the things that I think that we really talk about here. Proper documentation is important because, number one, it also, as an educator, it tells me what you struggle with. So I look at that documentation and think, okay, or if they're getting help, you're getting help or information from an online site that's helpful to everyone, or you're getting information from an online site that's giving you bogus stuff. I'll be able to see that, so it's important to me. And it's important for you too, because for obvious reasons. You don't have to ever document me, the videos I make, anything we do here, or if you're in a formal group, except for one thing I'm going to show you in a second. And common knowledge that's outside of here. But when you have ideas from other cadets, that you have to document. And please don't put, I collaborated with so-and-so. Don't put an ambiguous statement, because that's a path that's going to waste my time, and even if you didn't do anything, it's going to waste your time. And that's something that cadets don't have. And instructors don't have that either. So I have in the syllabus how to document any weird thing we do. It's weird, right? Doing stuff by video or doing stuff by text. But the standard things like your projects, that's the big thing, that you're going to do the MLA references, in-text citations right when you get your document, when you have to document someone else's work, and the cover sheet, which you already know. So I know you've seen this like at every class. Just getting a different spin on it. And so they have the examples here. You've seen this all. And they have all that programming documentation. So that's particularly important. So why should you document your programs? Well, you never know what you're going to do. I didn't. I thought I was going to be a high school math. Well, I thought I was going to be an accountant. Then I decided I'm going to be a high school math teacher. And then I decided, I think I'm going to go get my PhD. And then I thought, well, I'm going to be a pure mathematician, so I'm going to write research papers in pure mathematics. And now I'm doing obesity research. So you never know what you're going to be doing. Document inside there, commenting your code is huge. I've written code that have been picked up for inventions, and I don't remember what I was writing in that code. So the person who's transforming it as something they're going to sell keeps asking me questions like, I don't know what it is. Now I comment on my code. It's really important. You won't be able to look back at your code and know what it is if you don't do that. So you'll see even the code that I'm sharing with you for tomorrow, for Thursday's lesson, I commented it in 376. So now I can just pull it up and go, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do here. And then our code, once you've done it and you've seen it and you create it yourself, then you can pull it for something else. That's pretty much what I do, unless you guys have better memories than me. So he has here what our documentation should look like. If you've picked up something, whenever you use a package, you're using someone else's work. R is free. People contribute to it. And so when people contribute to it, you have to document that you're using it. We do this in our papers. We're using this package, and we document it. So people can recreate the experiment. You still have to pause and reflect. Just take a moment. Don't go down that path. You guys have enough headaches. You don't want this one. And you have the regular cover sheet. So code that's going to come to me without comments and documentation in it is going to get sent right back to you. Automatic 0. I'm just not going to take it because it's useless. So make sure that you do that as you go through. You'll see my own example so you can see what it should look like. I wanted to show you a couple more things. Can you see this? Okay, at the end of every paper, most papers that I write that are in decent journals, they make me describe author contributions. And sometimes I'm really miffed because the person who's contributed hasn't really contributed. That thing about having your partner not do anything and leaving you with a turd on your doorstep, that happens everywhere. And so I find a diplomatic way to say they're not doing something. So I want you guys to do this on your project as well. Who contributed what? Tell me the truth. Yeah, because I'm asking for it. And this is real life. Real life, that's how they do it. And because, you know, it's like, do you ever see that warning sign on the blow dryer that says don't use in the shower? You know why that warning sign is there? Some fool went and used it in the shower. Right? So this kind of thing is there because some fool went and took credit for someone else's work. And so that's why we have that, so that it's very clear who did what. I will want you to do that too. That this is what so-and-so did, this is what so-and-so did. So this is just something I uploaded yesterday. So it forced me in the online submission to put that in there. And I want you to put it in there as well. We also have to put conflicts of interest. I just want to show you that in medicine, which is probably one of the places that ethics has been an issue, we actually have to put, I have a patent, and I have to say I have this patent. Because if I'm writing about this model and it's in this patent, well, I can make money from, I have a vested interest in getting this paper published. That should be out in the open for the public who's consuming this to know that. And we get in trouble. We'll actually be talking a little bit about one of the, a few papers that have been retracted and why. But one of the places they get retracted is for fishing in the data, putting conclusions that are like faking data. I think this was a faking data. This was about pancreatic cancer. Like that's the, like if you have pancreatic cancer, I would look up papers if I had pancreatic cancer, and I got this paper, well, it got retracted because they faked the data. So I think these things are actually quite more serious than, I don't know, maybe you get this integrity brief at all the things, but think about how much damage they could do when you're disseminating them for outside. By the time I have students for capstones, they know the drill. So that's kind of, you should know the drill before you get to that point, because then it's going to be disseminated. Projects day, everything's disseminated. People come in and look at it, and then it's meaningful. You have to actually back up what you're saying. So.